Welcome to a Fortify experience where in the next 10 minutes or so, I will be sharing with you a pass through a simple process that's personalized for you to quickly help you free yourself from feeling intimidated, because negative feelings can stop you from feeling better about who you are or the circumstances you're in, and it can keep you from moving forward on a positive path. So what are the consequences of feeling intimidated? There's always the fear of being shut down or scolded or being put in your place. Then the severe dread can block you from thinking clearly, and you can feel immobilized or even paralyzed and too scared to say something or suggest anything or suggest an opinion or advice. Now, during this process, you will be filling in 7 blanks from A through G, so have a piece of paper and a pencil or pen handy so you can write down your answers. And if at any point during this video you need extra time to complete the statements, feel free to pause the video. And if at first you have trouble thinking of your own specific examples, feel free to use the examples in this video as your own, because it will still work. So let's begin the process. The first step is to say the thing that bothers me the most about A, feeling intimidated, is B. Now write down feeling intimidated for A, and then write down why it bothers you. It might be not knowing what to expect next, or being worried about being forced to do something that you don't agree with, or maybe being treated like you're invalid or irrelevant. So whatever your B is, write that down. The thing that bothers me the most about A is B. The next step is, the reason this bothers me is because it makes me feel C. Now, this is going to be your uncensored, real underlying feeling. It might be feeling scared or powerless, or maybe even angry to be in this situation, or whatever your personal feeling is about this situation. Write it down now. The reason that this bothers me is because it makes me feel C. Now here comes the next step, which is the key to the ingenuity and effectiveness of the Fortify process. Here we're going to uncover the specific aspect within you that's unintentionally being ignored, dismissed, dishonored, or forgotten in this situation. This positive aspect is something that you love, value, or respect about yourself, and you know to be true about yourself, and it's what's missing when you're feeling that negative feeling C. So the statement is, the fact that I feel C demonstrates that the positive thing I love, value, or respect about myself is D. This is some aspect of yourself that's not being used or honored in this situation, such as maybe I treat myself or others with respect, or I'm smarter than most people, or I value empowerment. So the statement is, the fact that I feel C demonstrates that the positive thing I love, value, or respect about myself is D, and write down your D. Now in step 4, it's time to fortify D in your mind-body system. And this is easy because you simply remember times in your life when you were activating and using D, that positive aspect that you discovered in step C. These are memories that remind you that you have been able to trigger that positive aspect, D, naturally and automatically in other situations in your life. So the statement is, I know D because E. So now search your memory and find any pattern or circumstance in any area of your life that confirms the fact that you possess that positive attribute D. And at this time there could be many examples, but sometimes the simplest ones can be the best. So examples of E could be, I showed respect to my teachers, or I use outstanding logic. Maybe I hold my boss in self-esteem, and I hold my boss in high esteem because he gets things done. So the statement is, I know D because E. Now in step 5, it's time for you to think of a specific time when you experienced that positive value in the past. Statement is, a specific time when I really felt the strength and power of E was F. Now this is a specific time, so it could be in high school, I respected my math teacher, or it could be when I'm dealing with my finances, or it could be when I got a raise or promotion. This is your personal answer for a specific time when I really felt the strength and power of E was F. Now we go to step 6. Remember back to that time, F, and re-experience that whole event and what it felt like. Now really feel how good or strong it made you feel. Feel that inner strength from that experience that makes you feel inspired, empowered, or good about yourself. Really get into that feeling. And make that feeling really strong, and then double it, and then triple it, and make it feel until you can feel that feeling vibrating all throughout your whole body. And now identify in a word or two, feeling that feeling, what's the underlying real strength? The statement is, the underlying real strength that made F so powerful for me was G. Examples might be appreciation, confidence, or I felt valued or esteemed. Fill in your personal G. And then let's go to step 7, which is the copy process. This is where we're going to copy or embed that real strength G from another time in your life into that bother that you started out with. So now focus on that powerful real strength G in your body and hold on to it and make it really strong. And then double that feeling and then triple it until you can feel that feeling G vibrating through your entire body. Then imagine taking some of that powerful energy G, holding it in your body, but putting a ball of it into one of your hands, doesn't matter which hand, while still holding on to that real strength G in your body, and feel that energy pulsating in your hand. And so now as you hold a ball of that powerful positive energy G in one hand, remember what that old feeling C felt like and put a ball of that energy into the other hand. And now you're about to experience a powerful neurolinguistic programming technique that's awesomely effective. We're going to use that positive energy ball G that's in your one hand as a solvent that's going to completely dissolve that negative energy or feeling C in your other hand. So as you bring your hands together, start noticing how the positive energy can literally dissolve the negative energy, and keep mixing that solvent of positive energy in with the negative energy until all of the C energy is dissolved and all you can feel is the positive energy of G. And it could feel so good. So now let's see how you did. Start a new list now and write down your original A, which is the same A as you used before, feeling intimidated, and complete the following statement. The thing that bothers me the most about A, feeling intimidated, is B. Now write down your new B. Now you may be surprised that your new B is different from your original B, but this is fantastic because when this happens, it proves that your previously hidden inner strength has both been activated and installed into that negative issue that you started out with. Otherwise, your B would have been the same as it was before. This is the uniqueness of the Fortify process. It proves that your state of mind has progressed because it validates that you have transformed and shifted yourself into a different and perhaps more powerful state of mind or a more peaceful state of being. And this is a benefit you can't get from any other technique. So at this point, if you've not answered nothing for B, then it means that you need to come back and do more passes through the Fortify process so you can find and stack additional positive inner strengths into that negative situation. And each time you come back, use the newer B until you can finally answer nothing for B, or until you're satisfied with the progress that you've already made. Depending on the complexity of the issue, I've been repeating the process numbers of times before I can finally answer nothing for B. And that's when I'm able to really feel relieved because I just don't feel the same grip or sting of the original situation. Not only that, but I can see myself feeling more in control, more self-confident, and recognizing options that I didn't realize I had before. And when you don't feel the same anymore, imagine how different things can be when a similar situation comes up in the future. Can you imagine how good you can feel having overcome situations in which you used to feel intimidated in the past? You might wind up being much more surprised than you can imagine. And not only that, but By activating and embedding those previously hidden positive inner strengths, you've also boosted your self-esteem and self-image for that situation. This is something that can't be taken away from you now that your real strengths have been brought into your conscious awareness. And don't be surprised if you find yourself exhibiting those real strengths in other areas of your life too, because now that you're consciously aware that you have those real strengths, that means that you'll now be able to use them to your advantage. And for me, it's always fun and eye-opening to do the Fortify process because it makes me feel good to find and activate inner strengths that I forgot that I had. And I hope you have surprising and rewarding insights about yourself like I have had. We love how Fortify provides personal, healthy, nurturing ways to support continuous growth and improvements in our lives. And so as we thank you for joining us, we suggest that you look at the other issues that we cover in our YouTube videos to see what might apply to your other life situations. And please tell your friends and family about these videos. You never know who they might help. And they're all free with no strings attached. We would love to hear about your Fortify experiences, so send your comments to thefortifyexperience@gmail.com. And also check out our Facebook page and the Fortify Kindle book on Amazon.com by clicking on the links below. And please subscribe to our channel so that we can keep you informed of new information and videos. Thank you so much for joining us. See you next time.